Yo. What's going on? Let's do this. I'm logged in. Let's roll. I'm going in. I'm in. Is there any content or what? Can we ban Magras? Do not ban Magras. He can't be banned. He's too powerful. I don't think you even could ban him, to be honest. He's too powerful. Thoughts on Lucari dying? I think it's impossible to die on Mage. I'm actually surprised he didn't know. Wait, how much does Lucari play Classic? I'm actually not that familiar with Lucari's content. I don't know if he's like how much Classic he's played. I'm surprised he doesn't know that the bosses still aggro on you in Diamol. That's actually pretty surprising. I guess not everyone's really done like all the world buff degeneracy that much, which is fair enough. But yeah, it's good. There needs to be a chat nuke. I mean, does there? Another day in the street. Listen, look, we're getting there. My desk arrived. Look, the reason why I'm late today is because I had to... Okay, look. This is cooked, guys. I had a very wide window for the delivery of the desk, right? It arrived today, and the delivery window was like 5 hours. So, yeah. I just stayed up and I was like, well, you know, it'll arrive at some point. And then it did. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. More excuses? Listen, you know, these are good excuses, though. They're not bad excuses. They're legit. They're fully legitimate. Ever have to delay a patch? That's a good call, actually. That's a good call. Man, the earnings for Guild Wars 2 are actually really interesting. Not that surprising, though, actually. I think that Janthir Wilds has been very well monetized. And I think ArenaNet is really leaning into the microtransaction monetization model a lot. That they're putting the game on sale a lot. I think this is actually very intelligent. Because I think they're really leading to the fact that they're not making money by selling boxes, right? They're not selling the box copy, right? Like, that's not where the cash is. The cash is in basically getting people to buy gold. And I think, in particular with Soto, actually, I imagine this is something that Grouch has kind of started to put into the game, because like I'd say this is like a really big change that happened when Grouch started leading the company, is that they've realized that getting people to buy gold is insanely lucrative, right? Like, it's like it's unbelievably lucrative, right? And that's exactly what they've done, right? Like, Soto had legendary armor. Janthir Wilds has housing, right? Both of these things get people to buy gold with real money like almost nothing else. And so it's like very powerful monetization. And we actually know that less people have played through Janthir Wilds than Soto. So you've got to think about these numbers, guys. They're actually monetizing harder out of less players. They've actually made like as much money as Soto, more money than Soto even. You know, pound for pound in the same quarters, but they've got less people, so they're actually generating a huge amount of revenue, right? With this, yeah, it's all gem store, like, and they went hard on like the full Kuma skins as well that they know people really, really like. So it's been a pretty insane year for the gem store, I think, because they just added like so many skins that are obviously going to sell insanely well. Is Korean won not dollars? Korean won deprecates numbers. The numbers are not comparable that much. That's interesting, but like, wait, is that accounted for in the figures? Like, how do we figure that out? Because surely, wait, hang on a minute. I don't know. I don't know how that even works. Like, someone who's read the spreadsheet, tell me what's going on. How much Blizzard WoW will make on that WoW housing system? I mean, it's going to be just part of the sub fee, right? It's not, you know, it's going to be like a selling point of the expansion. So, they're going to be selling box prices and stuff. Yeah. Look for a trebuchet. EOD looks like a huge fail. Well, I mean, EOD just didn't have a very good, like, monetizable feature. EOD didn't have good monetization. Like, you're gonna buy Jadebot skins? Siege Turtle skins? Like, no one cares. Not gonna sell the skins furniture in a shop. It's WoW, so, like, 99% of it will be in-game. But they will sell some, yeah. They say they have, like, mounts and stuff. But, like, most of it will be in the, you know, most of it's gonna be in-game. They've already said this, actually. They've already said this. Yeah. Heavy mount skins and more towards character skins. Wait, in Guild Wars? I mean, I'm pretty sure mount skins are probably pretty good. Although, mount skins are weird because you have to have, like, other expansions for them, so there's a bit of a buy-in. I think it's really important that, like, you know, whatever, like, the latest expansion is, like, a really key monetization feature. And that's, like, exactly what Janthir Wilds did really well, I think. And also the Kuma skins, too. Like, they did. The fucking Goonas are actually funding Guild Wars 3. You love to see it. Player House auctioneer for 90 bucks. Well, they already do. In fact, you know, it's funny. Like, all the Guild Wars 2 players, like, criticizing WoW for this is hilarious, seeing as it's literally in a fucking loot box in Guild Wars 2. It's like, it's actually one of the very few things where you could actually say Guild Wars 2 is, like, significantly worse than WoW, actually. It's so much worse in this game, compared to World of Warcraft. And even if you bought it with gold, it would cost you way more than $90 to buy the permanent trading post. How much is the permanent trading post? 2.7k gold. Oof. Yeah, that's going to cost you. Yeah. That's going to cost you. Any predictions on what the selling point for the next expansion is going to be? What's going to be the next big feature? 300 euros? I mean, I don't know, actually. Let's check. I'll go on efficiency. Okay, here we go. So 2.7k gold. Hold on. Your money to gems. It's like 110 euros. 110 euros. Man, dude, gems are so expensive right now. Holy shit. Oh my god! What? Dude, since when is 400 gems 194 gold? Man, dude, that's that Janthir Wilds paying off there. God damn. That's crazy. That's actually insane. 200 gold is the new normal? That's crazy. Dude, ArenaNet is making bank right now. Holy. They are just feasting. That is big money. There's a dead guy here. You're swiping? Yeah, you better swipe. You better do it. Gem sorts of homestead maps. I can see them doing that, to be honest. That kind of makes sense. Because it's going to be weird to, like, somehow attach it to expansions. The selling point for the next expansion is a good question. Not sure. We'll have to see. Grave digging. Good. Nice. Pay big money for tier 6 fractals. I could see them doing tier 5 at some point. I'm not sure, like, I'm not sure what the demand looks like for that. Very empty expo so far, even though I had the raid and the spear. Yeah, I mean, I think that, I think ArenaNet are struggling to balance, like, developing Guild Wars 2 and also working on their other projects, for sure. Like, I think the development delay shows that, that the balance patches are not super high impact, a lot of the time. And that, yeah, there is a very low amount of content. Like, the patches are very short. I think it's funny, I think the players who are actually getting screwed the hardest are actually story players. There's, like, just not that much content, right? The amount of content's very low. Although that's not really that new. Like, Guild Wars 2 has never really had a lot of content. I think ArenaNet didn't go hard enough for Homestead gem store items. I'm surprised they didn't go harder, yeah. But I guess that, just the materials was enough. But yeah, I'm surprised they haven't released that many decorations. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's, like, development constraints. Mistakenly believe that 5-man content is less popular than raids. I don't think there's any way they would believe that. I'm pretty sure they've got to, surely they've got to be aware that, like, fractals are, like, much more alive than I think the other PvE stuff. I mean, in other MMOs? Oh, you mean, well, I mean, yeah, I guess, like, the raiding is the really big highlight. Of a lot of the other expansions, of all the other games, right? Like, yeah, like Ultimates and Mythic WoW. I suppose that's true. But I think it's pretty obvious that, like, Mythic Plus is definitely, like, the game... Well, I mean, that's not actually entirely true. I think there are a lot of people who do just raid, actually, and don't really like Mythic Plus that much. Ain't it working another big game apart from Guild Wars? So yeah, they're cooking something. We don't know what, but they're cooking. Nice. Lovely. Either you love it or you hate it. Oh, it definitely is, yeah. I think that PvE with a fail state is... It is Marmite, right? Like, the fact that you can lose PvE does rub people the wrong way. And I think that's actually fair. I can understand that a big appeal of PvE is that you can't lose. You know, you can just try again until eventually you win. Whereas the real... In my opinion, this is the reason why Mythic Plus is so good, is because you can lose. It's inherently competitive. Right, you can lose, as opposed to, say, you know, a raid or something like that. You can't lose a raid in World of Warcraft, right? You can't. Well, you kind of can if you think about, like, cutting edge or you know, ahead of the curve. You can not get that in time. You can not clear the raid in time, and therefore you can lose. But you know, broadly speaking, you can't lose these games really, but you can lose Mythic Plus. If HCM was like 150 gold, every kill, people would care about getting good. Oh, I agree, yeah. I think that, I think it was a really major mistake to not make rewards better in... I really don't get this. I don't think we'd ever get an answer to this, but I'd love to hear the thought process on making the rewards so bad for Wing 8, right? Like, why are the rewards in Wing 8 so bad? I don't understand. Like, I would have thought that, okay, you know, this is like a big thing, like, we're going back to raids. Like, why not juice the rewards so people want to, like, grind these raids out and, like, actually learn them and get good? But they're just bad. They're really, really bad. Compared to, like, open world. Like, why is it that harder content is less rewarding in Guild Wars 2? Like, this is just whack, right? It's one of the reasons why the community is the way it is. Like, it's because in general, being better at Guild Wars 2 doesn't reward you. In fact, a lot of the time, being better at the game punishes you, right? Like, if you do harder content, you're going to get less rewarded. The exception to this is fractals, of course. because, you know, fractals are very good, but they're also not super difficult, especially now. But yeah, in general, like, harder content is less rewarding. And it does not want them to miss out. Well, they're not. I mean, what? That's not really missing out. Like, they could just get better, right? Like that. I don't think those two things like are logically connected. Just because like most people don't do things doesn't mean that you shouldn't set up like a, you know, a positive reward structure. You can still have open world be real. I'm not saying make open world not rewarding. I'm saying wouldn't it make sense to have harder content actually reward you for clearing it? Because obviously, like, nobody's going to do it, right? Like, if you make harder content less rewarding than easier content, like, nobody's going to do the harder content, right? Can't you see how that's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy? I'd argue that a bit of a reason why so few players in Guild Wars 2 raid is because it's simply not worth it. It's just not a good time investment for achieving your goals. Like, the only reason you would really raid is if you specifically really like raiding, because the game punishes you for doing it. I don't think that's, you know, I'm not really the biggest fan. Yeah, for fun gamers are extremely uncommon. Like, this is something that, you know, especially in MMOs, especially MMO gamers. Dude, nobody fucking likes fun here, right? Like, we don't play the game for fun. We play the game to see the number go up. How's the game punish you for raiding? Because you're getting less rewards than if you were doing other things. So in other words, like, if you're getting less than if you're doing something else, and you're being punished, right? Like, the game is disincentivizing you from doing it. Commit to a schedule. I work shifts and all. Yeah, that's why I think that you need a pug scene, right? Because pugging allows you to not need a static, right? And I think you can raid without it, but it's certainly inconvenient. It's a bit hit or miss, right? Like, and I can understand not wanting to kind of gamble, like, with the limited amount of spare time that you have into pugs, which can be a little bit inconsistent. Good buzz, yeah, exactly. And that again, that's not necessarily that consistent, right? Like, because, you know, getting a good pug is not a guaranteed thing. Maybe on a Monday, right? You know, if you play on you know, on reset, that you can probably snag a couple of good groups and get some wings done. But yeah, for sure. I do think a pug scene is very important. Like, pugging is really, really good, I think. And I think even adding, like, systems that reward pugging is, you know, so you get more gold when you pug, for example, I think is good. If you're playing solely for gold per hour? Yes. And actually, I would actually say that this is actually Sneb's criticism of the Wizard's Vault, and I think he's actually right on this, is that the Wizard's Vault changed player behavior a lot. The Wizard's Vault made people raid log, essentially, but like vault log. I think it really changed the culture of the game to be very much more about, okay, log in, do dailies, and then log out. I saw a massive uptick in that type of gameplay pattern, right? After the Wizard's Vault was added. Yes, absolutely. The game does do that, and it has changed the way people play. Like, this is, yeah, absolutely true, yeah. What does it even give you? Gold? Yeah. It's basically like the highest gold per hour you're ever going to get. And to be clear, like, it's really important to talk about this criticism and flesh it out a bit, because you might go, oh, you just don't want players to get easier rewards. No, it's not that. Like, the criticism is that it's affected player behavior, right? Like, it's made people engage with other activities less because this one is so rewarding. So it's, like, changed the way the game plays out. Ice Fruit Saga 5. Dude, Ice Fruit Saga 5. Let's go. Easy mode would kill raids? I don't think so at all. Wait, why do you think that? I think the difficulty settings in, like, group content is just... I mean, look, the only reason why Mythic WoW exists is because of LFR. Honestly, probably even heroic, if we're being real, because, like, heroic is kind of hard. Only, like, 20% of people beat heroic. 80% of people only do normal or LFR. Gotta bear that in mind, guys. It's like, even heroic only exists because of LFR and normal. Yo, dude, they made the side do damage again. That's hype. Dude, the game is actually saved. The fact that Reaper is back, it feels damn good. Feels damn good. We have swords on EB. Login. Didn't PvE become less engaged than PvP even after this implementation? But didn't PvE become less engaged community-wise than PvP even after this implementation? Oh, yeah, but that's kind of the point, right? Yeah, it's actually really, yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? This skill is so interesting, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that it works that way, because you can use it to, like, wallop people in stealth, right? It's kind of cool. A lot of people don't know it works this. Yeah. So this skill is very strange. It's actually like a one-target AoE. I know that sounds weird, but that's kind of what it is. So you can kind of get it to, like, latch onto people, even if they're invisible. It's very strange. But yeah, the downside of that is that you can't make it go on who you want it to a lot of the time. It's very strange. End of Days, Doom. It's a cool name, actually. Boom. Got him. Oh no. Dude, someone's down. Huge. I'm pretty sure the PvP dailies are giga fast. I think they're even faster than the World vs. World ones. How's Warrior in World vs. World? I think Warrior's good. DPS, Spellbreaker, and Support, I think, are pretty attractive options. Decide Guild feels like the only time-appropriate option, which I refuse to engage with. I mean, to be honest, like, I don't know, like, I mean, you're a PvP guy, so there's honestly not that much out there for you, in my opinion. But if you want to play PvE, I'd say you can definitely get away with WoW on, like, a very small time budget if you're a busy guy. But yeah, there aren't really many PvP MMOs out there, really. Guild Wars 2 is definitely still one of the stronger PvP MMOs, like, for sure. Which is kind of crazy to say. I haven't played WoW Arenas, to be fair. Maybe WoW Arenas are really fun, but... yeah, Guild Wars 2 PvP is still pretty good. It is like, PvP is absolutely the game mode that still interests me in Guild Wars 2. The most. Like, PvE, I'm very done with, right? Like, I'm going to play Wing 8, then I probably won't bother with any PvE in this game ever again. But, like, PvP in World vs. World is actually still pretty good, to be fair. Can you rate in a high level irritative if you're casual time-wise? What do you mean by high level? Do you mean competitively or do you mean mythic? Mythic, yes. Competitively, no. But that's true in every game. Like, you can't actually be good at any game on a time budget. And when I say actually good, I mean, like, you know, world class. Because you can't be good at anything like, actually good at anything on a time budget, right? Like, if you want to actually get good at any activity, there's a huge time commitment. But can you clear Mythic very casually? Absolutely, yeah. Can you actually be good at WoW casually? No, but you can't be good at anything casually. High level and looking for raid? Oh, yeah, dude, of course, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you could probably do... You could probably get cutting edge pretty reliably on like a 2-day week of 3 hours per raid. It's like 6 hours a week of raiding. You pretty reliably do that with like 2 raid days. And then like maybe a couple of hours of Mythic Plus thrown in there as well. But you don't even need that much, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, fucking Doom is here. It's fucking over. It's very over. Played Final Fantasy 14 when I came out, was Resident Times Extreme. Oh yeah, I mean yeah. In terms of PvE, then I just give retail WoW a try. If you're looking to have like a pretty casual PvE experience, I just play retail WoW. Dude, this is bad news. Getting chased down. Hate to see it. Yeah. Can't commit, so I'm stuck. Well, don't raid Mythic then. Just raid Heroic. I mean, what are you looking for? Like, you want to do hard content? Like, what are you looking for? Like, Heroic doesn't need a schedule. Eye level gains, bro. I mean, you could max out. You can max out without clearing Mythic though. Saturn instead of pistol, because we're playing World versus World. We want AOE boon removal. Why raid if you don't chase Mythic content? Well, huh. Well, I mean, okay. I mean, yeah, this is like OSRS or Classic WoW, I feel like, that you could have a go at. Because it sounds like, look, let's just cut the bullshit. You're saying you want an easy game, right? You want an easy game, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But you're saying you want an easy game. So yeah, I'd have a look at Classic. If you don't want to play Guild Wars 2. Hard game with time commitments, but I have no time. Well, but then, yeah, but the thing is, you don't want a hard game, right? Like, you don't want a hard game if you can't commit to a hard game. Well, you're saying that you want it, but you can't have it, basically. Yeah. Change my life. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, wait, isn't Grim actually right here? You should play OSRS. Grim's actually correct. Because there's really hard content in OSRS, but it's solo, correct? So, you know, for example, you can do like all the really hard bosses in that game. But it's all solo, so you can do it in your own time. Thoughts on Thief? I mean, Thief is... Yeah, Thief's honestly not in the best spot right now, actually. Which is kind of weird to say, seeing as Thief is usually, like, mega, mega good. Yes. Is a PvP skill expressive? It's skill expressive in a very different way conventionally. I think a lot of it is about, like, very quickly reacting to what your opponent's doing and then, like, swapping your gear and using different prayers, right, to mitigate the opponent's attacks and stuff. So it's, like, a very interesting type of skill. It's, like, not like, it's not, definitely not like something people are going to be used to, for sure. How? We dead? Where would he run? This way. Dude, we're nerfed. My mobility's nerfed. It's over. Dude, this guy's having a rough time. Okay. What the fuck? Dude, this feels very illegal to me. This is giga illegal. Ooh, don't get too greedy, my friends. He's here. I'm gonna try and go for a bait here. Okay. Gotcha. Run away 3 times, but, you know, full reset 3 times, but we got there. We got there. We got there, guys. Yo, Plex in the chat. Very nice lead there from Plunix, Fungus Warlord. Yeah, it's like mega APM for RuneScape PvP. ASE Alpha? I played it, but honestly, I lost a lot of interest in it when it's got, like... It's very, very grindy, which honestly is just a... I'm not interested in that, to be honest. And also, the game's just not even close. Like, if the game was closer to actually existing and having actual gameplay in it, then I'd feel a lot stronger about it. But to be honest, it's just not even close, right? And so it's like, you know, whatever. I'll wait before I really get involved in it. I think I might still be capable of enjoying the game, you know, like it has like world PvP, which I think is really fun, and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, it has a lot of like legacy features in it, and I'm not really looking to bring old MMOs back, really. Like that, like if I'm gonna release a new game, I want to play a new game. Ashes, I don't think is a new game. It's just an old game that's been made again, right? Which I don't think is as interesting to me. A fun switch up, said to my Garen Hell. Well, I mean, you can. I mean, look, play Thief. Do it. Embrace Thief. Huge. Core Thief Gaming, exactly. ...2011 Rift? Yeah. They're doing the whole Arcade 2 thing a little bit too literally. You know, I want to see a little bit of innovation from the industry, in my opinion. Making old-school MMOs. Yeah, the thing is, though... Okay, look. This is going to sound like a massive meme move, but the thing is, I just don't think you can beat that. Like, classic WoW is very fucking good. Old school RuneScape is very fucking good. Like, and then when you have, like, you want to make a raiding game? Well, you've got retail WoW. Like, you're not going to beat retail WoW in terms of a raiding game. It's just not going to happen. Like, I think that if you're going to make a new MMO, you have to do something new. Like, I think it has to be something a little fresh, something a little spicier. And I'm not totally convinced if Ashes is going to bring that to the table after playing the alpha a little bit. Like, the existing players are very good at what they do, and I think that you're going to struggle to really define yourself in the industry unless you actually innovate a little bit. So I just want to see innovation in the industry, and right now I'm just not really seeing that in Ashes. How is Reaper and Wolversword as people on Twitch using it? Well, I mean, I think it might be pretty good now in Zergs. I think as a roamer, it's terrible. But you know, in terms of Zergs, it might be hype. A similar leap as Guild Wars 2 brought? I mean, I'm interested to see what they cook, that's for sure. Is World vs. World similar to Warsong Gulch gameplay-wise? No. I don't think World vs. World is similar to... I guess it's like Alterac Valley. Kind of. I don't have the patience for that approach anymore. And I have the patience for that approach, but it's just... I don't want another classic WoW. I've already got classic WoW, you know? I don't need another one of those. It's one of the reasons why I'm not feeling like a burning urge to play Final Fantasy, because I've got retail WoW. Like, and Final Fantasy is just retail WoW, but with cat girls, right? Like, that's... They're very, ultimately, like, somewhat similar in what they're trying to do. And I'm sure a lot of Final Fantasy players feel that way about retail WoW, by the way. They go, why would I play retail WoW? I've already got Final Fantasy. Because ultimately, they are very similar games. Yes. If you could only choose, would you play retail WoW over classic WoW? Probably retail. Although it kind of, well, yeah, probably retail. It does depend though. I mean, definitely retail currently, but maybe Classic Plus is really good. Classic Plus. So many bugs. I mean, yeah, I think this is something that's kind of happened actually a little bit with the War Within, because they're doing this crazy expansion schedule. They're trying to release an expansion every 18 months as opposed to every 2 years, which is pretty nuts. And so yeah, the QA definitely slipped a little bit. Although, you know, I think the raid works pretty well. Raid and Mythic Plus is pretty good, but yeah, there's like a lot of like small bugs that really shouldn't be there. Huge. Nothing to do with Blizzard outsourcing QA. I think there's nothing inherently wrong with outsourcing QA. I think ArenaNet does the same, actually, if I'm not mistaken. But there's nothing actually wrong with that. It's very much down to, like, you know, how much money is being spent on it, like, how much time is being spent on it. And I think that, you know, that's going to be one of the first things that's going to go when, like, you're tightening the release schedule. NC's MMO? I've never played it, so I have no opinion. I do not have an opinion. Are you talking about Power Reaper in your title? Of course, yes. The only good build in World vs. World. But yeah, I just want to see innovation in the industry. It's why I'm really sad to see New World basically just flounder around and flail around. Because New World is a game that innovated, in my opinion. It's just that the execution really wasn't there, you know? It really wasn't there. Looks very ugly. That's interesting. I think the game looks spectacular, actually. It's probably the best looking MMO out there, in my opinion. In terms of how it looks and sounds. I think it's got the best audio design and the best visual design in any MMO currently. But yeah, obviously, like, style is a thing. Is World vs. World instanced? Kind of, yeah. Ultimately, the answer is yes. But it's, you know, you got like 4 pretty big maps that you can just go to town on. He praised it for being unique enough from WoW to find success, but that success is now gone and ArenaNet failed to innovate. Oh shit, dude, we got fucking PvP, holy shit. Dude, me and this cat are just pure PvP! Yo! Oh, he's in trouble though, he's getting focused. Is he out? We gotta get kills. Oh, we get this guy? Okay, we get this guy. We need to get this thief. Got the thief? Gorman dies? Wait, what the fuck is this guy doing? The fuck? What was this guy playing at? This Deadeye was absolutely cooked. Very nice. Lillian Penrose, role player. Role player. But yeah, SOS shut down. How good is Renegade in World vs. World? I actually don't really know, because it has been massively nerfed actually this patch. So I'm not really sure if people are still playing Renegades or not, or if it's swapped to a different elite spec. Or copy from other MMOs. Well, I think that's just like... I think that's just like the state of where the game is at. Because yeah, like 100%. A lot of the stuff in kind of like the first half of Guild Wars 2 is really highly innovative, especially in the core game. But yeah, like that innovation is definitely... That's no longer a priority for ArenaNet development-wise, in my opinion. I don't think Homesteads were actually very innovative at all. It's a pretty bog-standard system, if we're going to be honest. Like, it's player housing. I don't think it really brings anything super new to the table in terms of how it's done. If anything, actually, it's surprisingly inflexible, actually, in the current, in the state of things, right? Like, you know, you can't remove everything, right? You'd almost expect to be able to remove everything and, like, have, like, a completely blank canvas, whereas you can't really do that. And yeah, I just don't really think that's a priority for ArenaNet. Like, I think the priority for ArenaNet is basically, like, sustaining the game and then working on the other projects. Okay, it's these guys again. And we should just go for the Willbender, I think. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Okay. We hadn't even got started yet. That guy might start self-resing. Or not. Huge. Brings in the money. Oh, absolutely. I think that Arena have been very smart with the monetization. Like, I think the real... we spoke about this before, right? But the really key insight... the really key insight is that Arena identified that getting people to buy gold is very lucrative. I think their monetization strategy has been much smarter. I think that until recently, they unironically, yeah, we're going to sell box copies, right? That's how we're making money. Like, you know, even... like, think about this. They haven't really lent into getting people to mass buy gold until Soto. That's crazy that it took them that long to actually make that strategic decision. Because, like, that is where, like, your money is like, getting people to buy gold. There's a reason why every modern MMO lets you buy gold. Like, WoW token, RuneScape bonds, right? Guild Wars 2 gems. Like, of course, yeah. Like, it's insanely lucrative to basically, especially in Guild Wars 2. Because Guild Wars 2 is a gold farming game. I guess RuneScape is a gold farming game, so it's similar to RuneScape, I'd say. In terms of, like, how people view the reward structure and how the reward structure interacts with the ability to buy gold. But yeah, like, you know, buying gold in Guild Wars 2 is buying progress, so obviously people are going to buy that. Yeah, very similar to the WoW token, yeah. Even until EOD, MMO is shilling Guild Wars 2 for its mounts. Do you see that praise anymore with WoW dragon riding? Well, I mean, you know, WoW dragon riding is so interesting because, okay, so do you know the real strength of WoW dragon riding? And I think this will be actually the same case. It'll be the case, actually, is that it's easy. Guild Wars 2 mount design, specifically on the Griffin and the Roller Beetle, is actually a little bit too good for its own good. It's very funny. Like, ArenaNet is a company that actually does get fucked over sometimes by being a little bit too good at certain things. It's quite tragic, actually. It's the same thing with, like, they didn't shut down Guild Wars 1, and they can't really release Guild Wars 1 now and do, like, the whole classic MMO thing. Even though, look, I will stand by this, man. Like, if they'd shut down Guild Wars 1 and re-released it, it would actually be popular. Honestly, If I was Grouch, I would still do it and just say, fuck it, dude. Just YOLO it and release, like, a fresh Guild Wars 1 server. Fuck it. See what happens. That would actually be hype. I think it would still do well, because it's a very good game. Like, Guild Wars 1 is a very good game. And maybe, like, you know, add a couple of other things, right? Like, add some new shit, right? And go, boom, re-release Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars Classic or whatever. But yeah, this is another thing. Like, the thing is about dragon riding, it's very easy to use. Whereas, like, realistically, for most people, using the Griffin and the Roller Beetle is actually a little bit frustrating a lot of the time. And that's why people prefer the Sky Scale. Even though the Sky Scale is slower, it's just much easier to use. Like, whereas dragon riding it's kind of fun to use, and it's very easy. Right? Like, everyone can use it. Everyone's going to get value out of it. And another thing that Blizzard do pretty well, actually, to be fair, is that they also design a lot of content around it. Like, it's in the dungeons. You use the dragon riding in dungeons. You use it in the raid, in Amirdrasil, right? Like, you know, it's just there. It's very present in the game. They add loads of little races that you can do. You know, you go get your, like, rewards and shit. They add... One thing that Blizzard was really clever about, and I'll give them credit here, ArenaNet kind of missed a trick here. You can fully customize your dragon in WoW, so you can, like, give it different horns and stuff. Not skins like in Guild Wars 2. You can, like, you know, you can skin it, but also, like, change its features, and that's those aren't connected, right? That's decoupled, so you can, like, change all the skins and stuff. And by the way, those are obviously, you know, in-game, right? This is an in-game reward, not a cash shop reward. And you can, like, change the fucking features on it and stuff like that, which is, you know, that's obviously something that people really like. Roaming a power build? Oh yeah, this is Power Hub. I really like this build, actually. It's very fun to play. Big damage. I think it's like full... I'm in Demolisher gear. Demolisher gear. With sword, spear. It's hype. How many races on a quest in Dragonflight for Dragon Riding? Oh, quite a lot. And a lot in the War Within as well. Yo, really Reed. Long time, man. Welcome back, dude, to the stream. Guild Wars Remastered? Yeah, I actually think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, you could add jumping. Just fucking add jumping to Guild Wars 1. And then, boom, based. Base game. Honestly, I think I'd play Guild Wars 1 fresh. Yeah, I'd play Guild Wars 1 fresh. Fuck yeah. 100%. I'd do that. Yeah, I'd play fresh. Is Roy aware of concerns about the game that you're not happy? Oh, I mean, Roy definitely is. I think a lot of ArenaNet are. I'm pretty sure Grouch is. He watches the stream sometimes. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just not a priority, and I respect that. But I wouldn't say I'm, like, mega unhappy with the game. Like I said, I want this to be a year full of joy and good Guild Wars 2 content, so I can just, like, make my peace and just leave. You know, it's funny. Like, I do kind of want to make a video talking about why I'm doing this. But the thing is, guys, the longer it goes, the more I actually don't want to do it. Because, to be honest, I just don't think it's really that important. I just want to peace out and leave. Played through Guild Wars 1 for the first time, Keen. Yeah, it's really good. I think you'll enjoy it. Make new characters speedrun the Searing. The chart had nothing wrong. Ah, I see. Yeah. Excellent choice. Wouldn't even notice or care. Well, no. The only reason I would do it is not because of the Guild Wars 2 community. I don't really feel a lot of attachment towards the Guild Wars 2 community, but it would be like for my own viewers. And that's why I might end up doing it anyway. Because, you know, like, I feel like, I think communication with my audience is important. I moved to America, procking a girlfriend, killed the amount of time. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Don't quit. Yeah, this is basically my last year of Guild Wars 2 content creation. Got a couple of things I want to tidy up, and then I'm going to be moving on to other things afterwards. Link in the chat. Yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe I would just do an unlisted one. Or, like, leave it up for, like, a day so all the subscribers can see it and just, like, have it linked somewhere, but not have it public. Because, honestly, I'm not really that interested in contributing to negativity about the game. Like, this is actually something that's kind of... I've had a bit of a shift. Oh, boy. Ah! I've had a little bit of a shift because I've got a little older and I see so much negativity online. Like, I don't actually want to contribute to that. Like, even if I actually do feel this way, which I do, I don't really view it as very productive to contribute to that negativity. There's so much negativity online. It's kind of got to me over the last couple of years, really. I've been very drained, like very drained mentally, I would say, by how much, and not just Guild Wars 2, by the way. I just mean like the internet in general just feels very negative to me. And I like the internet a lot, so I kind of almost don't want to be a hypocrite. I complain about negativity online. Like, why would I contribute to it? Mainstream WoW? Yeah. How's the balance patch? I think it's fine. Not that impactful in PvE, in my opinion, unless you're a speedrunner. World versus World, I think, has been significantly improved. At least it feels that way so far. PvP, nothing changed. I feel like. Is Ranger Spear good in PvE? I think it does. It does kind of slap, yeah. Because I had a lot of feelings about the state of the girls. Didn't really know how to express them. You pretty much put them into words exactly how I feel. I mean, a video like that would go hard. Yeah, but the thing is, though, okay, the thing is, why would that go hard? It would go hard because it's validating your beliefs and we'd be having our own little circle jerk. But I'm not really a big fan of circle jerks. You shouldn't need me to, like, tell you why your feelings are valid. Like, you know, they already are. You know, they're your feelings. Gaming or real life? You mean like negativity? I'd say everywhere really, but mostly in online. I'd say online spaces. I don't know. There's a lot of negativity these days. No more ERP. There'll probably be like one more raid tournament. In fact, the raid tour might be the last event I do in Guild Wars 2. Moving on to other things in gaming or in real life. Other things in gaming, yeah. I'm not going to quit gaming. I mean, I'm really enjoying WoW right now. Dude, where is everyone? What the hell's going on? The Dark Knight. I'm not a Dark Knight. I'm just a fossil, to be honest. Like, I'm a relic. The truth is that... And this is an interesting thing. I am actually a very unchanging person. Like, the personality that you see before you, I will be like this when I'm fucking 50, right? It's not really going to change. I don't think I've changed that much over the years. Some things have, obviously. You know, got a little older, a little smarter, I'd like to think. But I'm a very unchanging person. Very unchanging. And the game changed, the community changed, and it left me behind. So I'm not the Dark Knight. I'm just a relic. I'm just a fossil of a time long, long past. Dude, what the fuck is everybody? There's like nothing going on in this borderline, man. How the work has been over your gaming? Yeah, I feel a lot better, honestly, now that I got back in the gym, for sure. Ooh. Motor 3 ERP, any other months plans? I really want to do Motor 3, Elitist Raiding Party 4. And then the other one I want to do is a Beetle Racing tournament. That's what I'm really looking to do. For sure. And yeah, 1,000 people doing Dragon's End at the same time is pretty hype as well. And I probably want to do I need to do a ready check cup at some point because I need to actually test all this technology that we've developed. We actually have made some really cool tech. We have some really good tech for motor and some really good tech for for Beetle Racing and for the raid tournaments. Do big releases? Oh, yeah, for sure. But look, I always feel the need to be completely honest with you guys. Like, I'll do big releases because it's, like, insanely good financially for me to do it. Like, let me go like this. Like, if I wasn't a streamer, I would probably not log in. It's not that I hate the game, it's that I would just play games that I prefer, if that makes any sense. So it's like, you know, I'm a very single-minded kind of guy, right? Like, if there's a game that I think is, like, if there's a game that I think is like a 10 out of 10, I'm never playing a game that's a 9 out of 10. I'm only going to play the game that's a 10 out of 10, right? Wait, I also have the... What is this fucking build? This is not... Okay. So it's not that like, oh yeah, you know, I hate Guild Wars 2, but I play it for the money. It's like, yeah, Guild Wars 2 is alright. But I'd be playing WoW if there wasn't like a massive financial incentive for me to do so. That isn't the case now, by the way, because, you know, now we're just chilling. Kind of wanted to join some of the fungus world versus world, but I actually arrived a little bit too late. But yeah, in the future it will be. Log in. Is Guild Wars 2 a 10 out of 10? Guild Wars 2 is a great game. Like, right now, for me personally, right now, I'd say Guild Wars 2 is like a... It's like a solid 6 out of 10, I'd say, for me. It's a very solid game. Like, in the past, yeah. In HOT, it... was absolutely, like, an 11 out of 10 game. Like, HOT was an 11 out of 10 game. Someone else plays with you today. He said no, and the guy asked if he didn't believe him. And look, me and Plenix are the same person. Development is your main source of income, or you swing more towards content creation? I did really well in content creation. I did extremely well in content creation 2 years ago. I actually don't mind being transparent about this. So 2 years ago, I made £85,000 all in with everything in content creation. That was pretty good. That's pretty good for the UK. We don't have super high wages here in jolly old England, guys. Like you Americans. Was it EOD 2 years ago? I don't actually know, but that... Well, actually, it might have been longer than that. It was... The tax year. That was the tax year where I got fucked. Okay, HMRC was like, ooh, very, very nice. They were like, ah, yes, very good. So I guess it was actually 3, yeah. It was 2 tax years ago, 3 real years ago. Yeah. They loved it. They loved seeing it when I was filing my self-assessment. They were like, oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Get the gifts of battle. Oh, I have like a gazillion gifts of battle, so I should be fine there, yeah. I think so, anyway. Wait, do I? I guess I could start. No, I definitely have loads of them. Do I have them on this guy? Oh, yeah, I have 39. We're good. Do you see XCC raging being taxed 57%? I can't... The thing is, I really can't imagine being mad about that. You're a multi-millionaire. Like, who cares? Doesn't matter. Like, your lifestyle... I really don't understand how this is possible, like, to be upset about that. Because, like, your lifestyle just doesn't change. Like, even if you got taxed 80%, it wouldn't change his lifestyle. And, of course, that, you know, like, you wouldn't even be taxed, like, 80% on everything. Or 57% on everything. Like, well, it depends. Maybe he's talking 57%, you know, in aggregate, right? But obviously, like, there's, you know, you have marginal tax rates, so, like, he won't be taxed on all of his income at 57%. What spec you recommend? Somebody who likes melee, cool weapons, very low bar for having fun in video games? And Reaper, obviously, Necromancer. You get to wield the giant scythe. You run toward towards the 9 to 5. I mean, I'm in a pretty good spot, to be honest, Joe. Like, I can afford to chill out, but I mean, yeah, like I play things very safe financially. I am one of the most boring people financially you'll ever meet. I'm never gonna make any kind of decision that would in any way be risky with my finances. But I am at a point in my life where I can just kind of do what I want. Like, we're good. But I think I can, I have some, well, I have a couple of ideas on how to, you know, kind of get into some WoW stuff and make some cash there, which will allow me to obviously dedicate more time to it. Same as with Guild Wars 2. With Guild Wars 2, this should actually be a pretty decent year. To bank like 5k. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's big. I mean, look, you know, you're getting on the housing market. Going big. Obviously, my man's in a relationship as well. He's got a lot going on. Lots of things to account for. Huge. Do you really plan to give him Guild Wars 2? I mean, I don't like framing it that way, but yeah, like, yeah, my time's up with the game, right? It's time to move on, for sure. Having a kid, yeah, for sure. Like, having a kid, that is, like, mega expensive. Is Reaper good at World vs. World? Well, I mean, I'm playing it not right now, but we haven't really got any fights. We can see when we actually get some fights. If they had more experts like EOD, would that interest you? The thing is, and this is where, like, there's a little bit of nuance going on here. No. The reality is that the main reason why I feel like I'm done, and it's time to kind of move on, it's actually the community, really. Like, I don't... Look, let me put it like this. If I could transplant my WoW guild into Guild Wars 2, I wouldn't be leaving. Or, like, have the same kind of energy that WoW has in Guild Wars 2, I wouldn't be leaving. It's not really a content issue for me. Like, Guild Wars 2 has never had a lot of content. It's always been a bit scuffed in that regard. But what's really changed is that, like, I just don't really like the environment anymore. Like, the environment isn't for me. There's not enough content creators, right? Like, there's no content creators. Like, they're all gone. You know, like, you know, I feel like I'm the guy, like, fucking waving a balloon, right? Like, and everyone has already left, you know? Wolves, any chance of making a video about the balance patch to Wolves and how to play it now? I mean, well, I have to actually play it first. Yours has been doing really bad on Twitch for the last year. Well, I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. Some of that is my doing, because I just haven't streamed the game, right? But yeah, I mean, look, the amount of content creators has just gone down a lot. What features from Guild Wars 1 were most disappointed didn't make it to Guild Wars 2? They're such different games. I guess, like, dual spec would have been interesting, but wouldn't really make sense to how Guild Wars 2 works. So I'm not sure if we can really say that. I guess stuff like hard mode is really cool. You know, they had difficulty settings back then. That was hype. Good call. Good call by ArenaNet. Missions. Missions were cool. Like, having, like, the story basically be group content is pretty based. Oh, shit. Dude, holy shit. We can actually just steal this tower. That's crazy. This is the biggest yoink ever. That's a pretty large group, though. But we also have a lot, too. We need to turn effect LOD off. Oh, yeah, I guess build templates. That would have been nice to have. Okay, the comm is here, but like most of the group has already gone to the Lord. Yeah, UI customization was good. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? Dude, this is bad. Okay, we just got to go for it, I think. Holy shit. Dude, they just got meat grinded. I'm not gonna lie, Reaper felt pretty good there. I would say that's fairly potent. That was a strong potion right there. Dude, the 8K Spinal Shiver is huge. Yeah, they have been reaped. Why more games don't allow you to move the UI around? I imagine because most people probably don't do it. I think like UI customization is like a very niche feature, statistically anyway. How you zoomed out so far? I just zoom out. I use my mouse wheel. Boom. There you go. Is it possible that the people in the energy in the community and you're missing in general do demand more content than what Guild Wars 2 is putting out? I'm not sure actually, because I feel like Guild Wars 2 is always like this. Like we had a huge amount of content in HOT, but it was still fine, even in EOD really. Like, or at least like the energy was there at the start of EOD. Same argument for keybinds or some settings, and I think the same argument would actually hold. I don't think most people really like mess around with settings whatsoever. They just like log in and play the game with like the default control scheme. I think that's not a reason to not do it, because again, like it's such a good feature for people who like are more power user oriented, and it's not that hard to implement, or at least it really shouldn't be. So it's like a case of laziness. But yeah, I guess that would be like the justification, like why they don't do that. Skill capping? Yeah, skill cap was kind of cool. Like all the named bosses and you had to go steal their skills. It was very fun. Loves the ability to remap. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, remapping is essential. Like look, I'm gonna be the first guy. If someone releases a game and you can't change the keybinds, that is unacceptable. That is crazy. That is trolling to not have that. Same with like UI customization. Wait, we just going in? Wow, okay, never mind. Unlucky. Cries and BDO skill input. Wait, are the keybinds locked in that game? Yeah, I'm just saying, dude. Guild Wars 1 fresh. Guild Wars 1 fresh. It's time. Log in. It's gonna be big. But yeah. I miss doing stuff like tea time, guys. You know, I really miss that. But there really isn't much point anymore. I miss all the streamers. But I don't even want to talk about this again. Like, why are we talking about shit that's like never coming back? It's pointless. I don't want every stream to just be like a nostalgia fest. It's not even nostalgia, because I think nostalgia I don't like the word nostalgia because it typically has, like, in my mind, nostalgia has a connotation of delusion, like rose-tinted goggles, I think. How much money and hours would it take to put into Guild Wars 1 to get all the Guild Wars 2 Hall of Money and stuff? It's a pretty big time investment. Why isn't there a point? Because it's not going to change. That is why. Are meta topics in gaming or other games out of the table for tea time? Not necessarily. Let's get in there. Blue is back. I think we basically went in piecemeal and fed. Huge. Yeah, I mean, I might consider it after this year. Oh shit! Dude, we're under attack. I want to sort out all this stuff first. We have to put the Guild Wars 2 arc to bed first. Anything they could change to keep your main streaming game, Guild Wars 2? I mean, the answer is obviously yes, but because they could just, you know, they could make the game like they could fully focus on Guild Wars 2, but that's not going to happen. Dude, everyone's already dead. Blue's dead. "2026 is the year of Guild Wars 3. Who knows?" It would still be mega negative. I mean, I don't think I'd be negative if I'm talking about classic WoW and retail WoW, actually. Let's go. But yeah, I mean, look, the modern MMO space is a little bit rough. Like, the new MMOs, they're not doing so well. They don't do so hot. Did you say you're missing a community, not content? Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, the two kind of like funnel into each other. Like, you know, the reason why people are just like, you know, it is what it is because like people recognize like where the game's at. Huge. End of Guild Wars 2. I don't think they'll ever stop developing Guild Wars 2. I think that's very unlikely. I mean, it generates like a gig of money for them. New games in general don't do well. I mean, some of them do. It's so that, you know, I don't know. It's really hard to tell. It's hard to tell what's real. I feel like the only way to figure out if games are actually terrible these days or not is to actually play them. Because so much of gaming media is like outrage-based. So I have no idea what's real or not. But I mean, you know, like the truth is that it's the same with music and films. Like most films are quite bad. Most music is pretty bad. Most video games are also pretty bad. Like that's just the way it is. It's always been that way. It's just that now it kind of gets highlighted more because, like, you know, rage content gets a lot of views. Are you going to check out any new MMOs? Not any new ones coming up right now. They're not that interesting to me. Yeah, Guild Wars 1 is... I mean, I think they deliberately did that, though. They were very clever. Like, ArenaNet saw the writing on the wall, and they were like, ah, yes, we need to make this game soloable. And that's exactly what they did with Heroes and Henchmen. It was good. As a guess, what's the pop count of Guild Wars 2? I think it's impossible to estimate, realistically. So I've no idea. I'm clueless. Oh, boy. Need to get some kills. Okay, we actually got that. Is this our fiery greatsword? It actually is. Oh boy. Oh! Get me out of here. The hero is also called the social feeling of the game. You know, I think there's, oh, I am really undecided on this. I am so fucking undecided on this social issue. Because I don't even know what to think. I admit this. Okay, so people often say that, like, systems dictate, like, how social a game is. But then you also go, but games are just, like, way less social anyway, because of just, like, the way people play them and because of Discord and stuff like that. But man, dude, classic WoW is very social. Holy shit. I did a Pug Diamol East with some people, you know, just some random Americans, and we played for like 5 hours on Discord together. Like, that is a strange experience. That is a very strange experience for a modern MMO, right? That is weird. Like, I can't imagine that happening in any other game except Classic. That's, like, very, very unusual. So, is the game probably less social in some way? And is it possible to play the game less socially? I think that's definitely true. But it is certainly the case that, like, ooh, tank tuning. Hold on. That's actually interesting. Have they cooked? Dude, they buff tank damage. Yo. Dude, blood DK, all damage up by 20%. Bro. What the fuck is this? Yo. Dude, whoa. Dude, this is Giga Prio on Aldrachi. Holy shit. What is going on here? Dude, they cooked with this one. VDH damage up by 20%. Augmentation Evoker. Ooh, they have nerfed Aug. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, wait, Brew mentioned? I mean, look, did it just get more damage? 15% damage. Well, that's not very good. Yeah. Interesting. Thing is, they haven't really changed, like, the tankiness of the tank, so it's actually not... I don't think tank damage is really that relevant, to be honest. Like, in terms of balance, anyway. I guess, well, it's actually relevant for the lifesteal tanks. Like, that's actually a very big buff to VDH, because it means that VDH just heals more as well. Same thing with Druid, too, if they buff Druid. So this actually doesn't buff Prot Paladin that much, because it doesn't increase the tankiness of Prot Paladin, but it does increase the tankiness of VDH and Bear, for example. That's actually pretty interesting. So I think this is probably a pretty damn big buff for VDH. Because it's getting a huge DPS increase. And it's also going to get a survivability increase as well, because it gets more lifesteal off that. You give people the chance of not looking for players for 5 minutes, they will, and it will kill social interaction. I mean, yeah, that is definitely a thing. But I don't know. I really don't. Again, I'm very undecided on this issue because people really, when people talk about classic WoW, people talk about it like nobody talks to each other because everyone's only like doing like dungeon speed runs. But the game still feels very social to me, at least compared to like modern MMOs like retail WoW and Guild Wars 2. But also, the interesting thing is that, dude, I don't even know what to think. Guys, I am going to be honest here. I have no idea what to think anymore. I don't know. I admit that I think I've been gaslit. I think every MMO player is fucking gaslighting every other MMO player simultaneously. I freely admit I have no idea what's real anymore. The perception police have lost. Everything is a psyop and I know nothing. Because, dude, like, the thing is that stuff like retail feels very social, or at least it can be. It can be if you want it to be. It's just that it's optional, right? I guess it's kind of the same in Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is a bit of a special exception. It is a little bit like pulling teeth to get people to talk to you in this game. But I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty easy to do in retail. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't know how to respond to the conversation about like, oh yeah, MMOs aren't social anymore. Like, I think it's kind of true, but it's also kind of not true at the same time. Every MMO private server is giga social too. I think that this is I think one of the really big driving factors in MMO players being less social is lack of scarcity. I think the reason why private servers are going to be more social is because you just don't have as many players. So like you know, being part of that community actually has value. I know it sounds really weird, but ultimately like a lot of social interactions are inherently transactional, at least in some part, right? Like, you're going to be way more likely to be social if being social gives you value, right? And on a private server, being social is very valuable because the community is smaller and therefore other players you interact with aren't replaceable. But dude, if you play, let's say you play retail WoW, dude, you will never group up with the same people ever again because there's so many people who play and you can replace people so easily. Okay, look, I'm going to admit this, guys. Look, let me actually, you guys tell me if this is toxic. I was doing Mythic Plus yesterday, and the healer wasn't coming to the dungeon. I considered that a social faux pas. Like, we were all there waiting. This guy was still, like, doing some random open world bullshit. I kicked him and replaced him. Is that toxic? I don't even know. It's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. Like, if you join a group, go to the fucking dungeon immediately. You probably even have the fucking portal. Just go. And I was like, no. I don't know. Fuck this. You know, get the fuck out. It is what it is. Like, you're replaceable. Like, I'm not waiting for you. Like, you know, I don't give a shit. I'm not waiting, bro. You've been cleansed. Feels good, man. Yeah. Dude, in vanilla, nothing you can do. Because you need me. Like, you know, like, dude, people are hard to find. And that's why, like, people are okay waiting, like, 20 minutes for a dungeon in Classic WoW. It's because people are much harder to replace. Because, you know, like, well, especially in hardcore, right? It's much harder to replace people. No longer just a blob and a larger, faceless blob. Supply and demand, yeah, it's supply and demand. Here we go. You see the same people? Yeah, but they're all replaceable. It doesn't matter if it's the same people. Like, that's the thing. And that's not really even a bad thing about Guild Wars 2, by the way. In fact, some would consider that a strength. But it's like a feature. It's not a feature of just Guild Wars 2, by the way. It's a feature of It's the feature of modern MMOs in general. It doesn't matter who you're in a Mythic Plus key with for like a weekly plus 10. It's just not important because you're never going to see that person ever again, realistically. And you're not going to interact with them. Like, Guild Wars 2 is very interesting because, think about this, guys. Would the gameplay of Guild Wars 2 in open world be any different if you replaced every player except you in open world with a bot? The answer to that is no. Like, the game would fundamentally be exactly the same. Like, because you don't really interact with people in a meaningful way in Guild Wars 2 open world. Your interactions are, it's not even trivial. It's like surface level. It's like more than trivial. You don't really interact with people in Guild Wars 2 open world. It doesn't matter like who those people are. They're completely interchangeable, like individual units. Yeah, that was a lot of damage. Huge. Why are we targeting this Scourge? Oh. Is Reaper back? Yeah, it feels like Reaper's kind of back. Although, we don't really have a comp here. This is a bit of a problem. What's the player base of classic HDs we know? Oh, it's pretty massive. It's insanely active. It's Omega active, you could say. Scourge support dead? I'm glad. Cursed build. Do you think Guild Wars 3 is ever coming? Looks that way, but we don't know for sure. I woke up at, at 0:30 from my nap. I'm cooked. Wait, I mean, honestly, maybe that's good. Maybe you're fresh. I need to actually build my desk. Oh, dude, this is going to be so fucking painful, bro. Like, I need to take everything out of this room and then put everything back in. This is so cooked, man. It's going to take ages. It's going to be worth it, though. It's going to be very worth it. I've been wanting a bit of a refresh of my setup for ages. I'm also just going to, well, I'm going to be a little bit sad about this. I want to give myself a bit more room in here. You guys obviously can't see it because of the green screen, but I actually have a low amount of room in here. It's quite cramped. People who have been here, well, would know, but that's actually not that many people. Angels is actually, me and Angels ran a tournament from where I'm at right now. And yeah, it was a bit of a squeeze to have everyone and like all the computers in this room. But that's mostly because I have a bunch of swimming trophies on the left-hand side and actually some gaming memorabilia as well. Look, let's hang on, guys. Like, we've got some... We've got some medals here, okay? That's right, guys. Accomplished athlete over here. Guess so, yeah, dude, this is an ego moment. It's an ego situation, guys. And that's what it is. Wait, are there actually any good ones in here? Let's see. Bro, there's a lot. Wait, are there actually any good ones? I'm not gonna lie, these are not that good. These are fucking scuffed. Fine. There you go. You read the events at times where it doesn't count? Well, I mean, these are just like generic ones. Dude, they're like the slop that like every open meat churns out, right? That's what this is. But basically, I got a bunch of shit like this over there, yeah? We've got to get rid of it. Yeah, there's some fucking goofy shit over here. Participation medals? Yeah, pretty much. Well, I was waiting for it to come in. Yeah, I didn't do that. I've got my Team GB flag as well. There you go. Look at that. And, very important, guys. Programming in Lua. Okay, this is a good one. You should all have one of these. This is very important, guys. You definitely want to have that. But yeah, I got a bunch of crap over there. Yeah. Very nice. You tried medals? Well, I mean, look. Most of those are for winning. It just doesn't say what events they're on. But no, look. You guys need to understand. Like, every open meet for swimming, they churn out slop medals, right? And you just get a gold one if you win, silver if you're second, and third if you're bronze. So it's just slop, you know? They're all slop. I also have a bunch of cups and plates over there. Because you get, like, plates for winning for some reason. I don't know why. I've actually had to give a lot of my trophies back. This is so cooked, man. Like, when you win, you have to give your shit back. What's up with that? That's crazy. Lua is cursed? I mean, look. Lua just doesn't give a fuck. Lua is the only language that says, you know what? Every other language starts counting at 0. We start counting at 1. Because... Zero's not even a real number, bro. We start counting at 1. We do things properly here. Who gives it back? So for a lot of, or at least, I don't know, maybe it's different now, but for a lot of county events, like county level events, which is like, well, I mean, it's a county, right? Like you win them for a year and you got to give them back. They like use the, they use the same trophy. And it's actually kind of cool because everyone who's ever won it is on it. For example, I won this shield, right? And it's like a wooden shield, right? With little scales on it, almost. Like little metal scales. And everyone who's ever won the shield has their name etched on it. And they, like, you know, you have it for a year, then you give it back, right? And then the next person who wins has their name inscribed on it, right? It's like that, you know? Yeah, so that's why you give it back. It's because it's the same trophy. That happens a lot at county level. At county level events. When you when you participate in regional events, which was kind of like where I was the most competitive, I was never really that good on a national level. I've been to nationals like a bunch of times, even British champs once, but obviously I was not competitive there. I was not capable of winning awards at those events. But I won regionals a couple of times. In fact, I think, dude, I actually had the most insane proc. Okay, this is a good story. So I won the 100-meter freestyle in my regional event. And I was 15 at the time, and it was an insane proc. Because I actually wasn't feeling that good. I just went for it, just slammed it, and actually won regionals, which was, I was not expecting that. I was expecting to come like 4th or so, but I popped the fuck off. And I actually didn't know that I won. Seriously, because I was like really tired after it. So I immediately went to the cooldown pool just to kind of swim off a little bit. And like my coach had to come and like pull me out of the water and say, look, you need to go and get your medal. You won, right? and the thing is, they were not happy with me, by the way. Like all the officials were kind of like giving me, they were mad because I was basically just there like completely, you know, fucking drenched and just like wearing a t-shirt and still have my swim stuff on, because I didn't realize I'd won. Yeah. It was a beast time. Yeah, I think I swam... I swam a 50... oh, wait, what was my time, actually? I can't recall. I think it was like a 52 for 100 freestyle, or something like that. I actually don't quite recall, but it was something like that in that type of region. And yeah, it was like the most insane proc ever. Because I wasn't expecting the time to even really be that good. Because again, I wasn't really feeling super hot, honestly, for regionals. It was actually at, this isn't really a docks, because again, it's a regional thing, so I could be anywhere in the Southwest. I'm sure most of you guys know I'm from the Southwest. It was in Plymouth, was where this event was, which is actually a great pool. Big fan. of Plymouth's 50-meter pool, actually. And yeah, it was like a massive proc, like a huge fucking pop-off. Yeah. In the UK, if you swing against the 18-year-olds, I think there's obviously like age brackets. Yeah, there's age brackets. I think it's like, I actually don't remember, to be honest. It's been such a long time since I competed, but yeah, I don't know. It was probably like 15 was my age group, or like 15, 16 or something like that. Yeah, it's insanely good. I mean, dude, I was a bit of a fucking tryhard, bro. I didn't ever really get much better than that, either. Because 100 freestyle is fucking hard, okay? That's difficult. I think my best 100 is a 51. I think I was statistically a little bit better at 100 fly. I've done a 55 for 100 fly. My 50 times, though, got quite a bit better as I got older. I wasn't as good at 50 meters. Early on, I didn't really have the power. Didn't have the strength, really, to do it. So my 50 was pretty mediocre, but my 100 was pretty good when I was 15. But when I got to my 20s, my 50 got a bit better than a 23.9. 23.7, actually, for 50 freestyle. But I think, yeah, when I was 15... my best 50 was like just barely under a 25, I think. More like a 24 mid. Yes. But yeah, that was a good story. The hell is going on? We have this incredibly scuffed fight going on. Is it tell programmers that MATLAB ignorance is what? I mean, look, you know, it makes sense. Start counting. Who the hell starts counting at 0? What's up with that? Who does that? Is Reaper not dog tier anymore? I mean, yeah, I think it's probably not great in these types of situations, to be honest, but if you actually have support, I think it's pretty good. We had mandatory swimming lessons, but I never learned how to swim. GG. I mean, I guess you just didn't learn. Yeah, swimming was one of the first sports I did, actually. Maybe even the first. I played out a bunch of different stuff, but swimming was the one I liked the most. I did, like, you know... I'm British, right? So, obviously, I played cricket. Badminton as well, tennis, right? Obviously football, bit of rugby, right? Just like all sorts of stuff, really. Yeah. A little bit of basketball as well. You know, just all the usual stuff. Baseball? Actually, yeah, I haven't really played baseball. Didn't really play it. It was, yeah, it's less of a thing in the UK. Everyone's playing cricket instead. Just, I guess, kind of like baseball, except not really. Playing tennis? Yeah, some, yeah. But not, like, competitively or anything. Casual tennis, guys. Won a major rotational volleyball tournament. Never played enough of that. I mean, look, you got it done. Get in, win, get out. Sounds good to me. Yeah. Own variant of baseball with seemingly different rules. Interesting. Why'd you learning Lua? Job? Oh, no, Lua was my first programming language that I really learned. So my programming story is... Okay, well. Okay, number one was a weird version of C for Lego Mindstorms, which is the coolest toy ever, by the way. Yo! And yeah, basically you had these things. This is like a Lego computer, and it could do all sorts of stuff. It's called the RCX. And it had really cool... It was really cool because you could do drag and drop. You could, like, drag and drop logic, basically, to program this thing. But you could also write code for it in a modified version of C. I think it's called Brick C or something like that, or something that's like Lego themed with C. It's like some kind of version of C, and that's how this is like the first kind of technology programming experience that I had. And then my brother found a little game called Roblox. He found it early, by the way. Both me and him actually have account IDs in the 6 figures. So me and my brother, our original accounts have like 100,000 account IDs, which is, you know, compared to where Roblox is now, that's tiny. And that game, you can make stuff in Lua, right? And you can like program and make your own game in Lua. Yes. Language for modding stuff. A lot of the time, yeah, it's a scripting language. So you'll typically see it, you know, kind of attached to other things, especially projects that use C++. As the kind of underlying main language, as it were, which is most video games, right? Like World of Warcraft, very notable for this. And obviously Roblox as well. Roblox is written in C++, and then it has this scripting language of Lua attached on top of it. And it's like very common to see those two things together, right? Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Current programming? Yeah, for sure. That's pretty much it. And then after that, I found my true love, C#. This was even before, this was in a weird time. It's when Visual Studio and Visual C# Studio were still distinct. So I would use like Visual C# Studio to mess around with that. But now it's obviously all kind of combined together. But yeah, C# is very good. I like that. And also, I did a lot of C# with Unity, which is like a game engine, of course. And and after that, I started doing a lot of stuff with web, and that's when that's when JavaScript starts rearing its ugly head and being extremely useful. And honestly, JavaScript these days, you can do anything with all the frameworks that have been cooked up. JavaScript, I think JavaScript is, people are unnecessarily mean to it. I don't hate JavaScript. I think it's actually kind of a good language to work with. Has a couple of foibles, but you know, you gotta play around them. It's not that bad. What do you think of C and C++? I haven't really done that much with C++, to be honest. I just get other people to do that. Whenever I need some C++, I just call Renorb, or another mysterious figure in the Guild Wars 2 community. But it's obviously extremely powerful. Like, for example, C++ is something that I really should just consider kind of getting to grips with, really. I have, like, some very limited experience with it, but not enough to actually, like, make anything, like, remotely complex or, like, with some kind of, like, big practical function. Because, like, OBS, to make, like, plugins for OBS, you need C++. I think you might be able to do it in Python as well. Like, all of the stuff that I do with OBS is in Python. So a lot of the stuff that powers stuff like Massive the Arena and ERP and all the raid tournaments and stuff, that's Python, because you can write scripts for OBS with Python. Never had room for Lego as a kid. Yeah, the thing is, Jester grew up in the cold, harsh wastelands of the ex-USSR, so Lego doesn't, you know, that was a fantasy, okay, for them. Because Jester is a communist. Oh. Let's get out of here. Everything Java is people who don't get enough love in their life. I mean, look, Java is not a language I like a lot. I did some Java because I was doing some mobile development for Android. Guess what, guys? With everyone's favorite IDE, Eclipse. I didn't really like it that much. I never really liked Xcode either. And like Apple's development implementation. I don't know what the fuck's up with that. That's fucking cooked. Didn't really like it that much. I'm free of that now though, and it feels good. It feels very good. Yes. Eclipse. I mean, yeah, Eclipse is yeah, it's something. It's definitely something. Any Eclipses? Any Eclipse gamers? This is not looking good. Lovely. We had a course where the teacher insisted on us all using Eclipse. That's based, actually. I like that. That's very good. My C# and C++ course in uni is such a nice relief. Of course, Java. Yeah, Java I do not like. That's probably one of the only languages I haven't really got along with. Like, Java to me feels like just a bad version of C++. Like, a very cursed C++. I do not get along very well with that language. Oh, sorry, not C++, C#, sorry. Yeah. It's like scuffed C#. Oh. Can we actually kill anything? What's the hardest problem you had to solve as a programmer? It's a good that's a really good question, actually. I don't think I've really done anything super elaborate, I would say. Because, like, most things usually aren't, and honestly, if your solution ends up being very complex, something's probably gone wrong a lot of the time. There's some pretty interesting, wacky stuff that goes on in some of the tournament stuff, to be honest. There's some very interesting, like, bootleg, scuffed, hack workarounds for making things work in tournaments. I'd have to go and I'd have to look through that. I actually don't know off the top of my head how I'd answer that question. There's nothing that immediately springs to mind. With, like, something that was, like, particularly, like, stands out. I was like, oh man, yeah, this was a real fucker. It works for now, yeah. Todd's code compiles on the first compile. I mean, yeah, what about the second, though? Ah, yes, PHP. That's a language I'm also very familiar with. Ah. Oh, dude, I can't remember what it was. Okay, but there was this absolutely lunatic bug in, there was a crazy bug in the tournament controller. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was haunting me it haunted me for, like, months before I eventually found out what was causing it. But I can't remember what it was. It was unbelievably cursed, and I just couldn't make it work. But then it did work. We made the magic happen, guys. Also, good news. I think we're in the raid we're in the raid, guys, I think. On Sunday for OnlyFans. We're back in. And, guys, I'm just going to say this, right? There's only 4 shamans signed up. So we're about to get juiced. We are about to get juiced. You better believe it. Yeah. Some people are saying that they want to run it as a GDKP. Which would be extremely cursed. Oh, man. Incredible. Camera.dll. Oh, I can tell you one of the most annoying things that I've ever had to do in programming. Okay, no joke. One of the most annoying things I've ever had to do, and it wasn't complex, it was just very time-consuming and very frustrating, was actually trying to simulate stillness in Guild Wars 2. So, a bit of context here. The way the Master of the Arena overlay works is it actually simulates the entire game. Like, that's how I'm able to replace the UI. I simulate the entire UI. Right? And stillness is very strange. So, stillness is supposed to double your point gain in PvP for 50 seconds. Right? Or 25 ticks. Now, here's an interesting one for you guys. It never does that. The truth is that it will either give you, I think, 22 or 23 ticks of double points. But the way that it does this is very strange. So, it turns out that you get 22 ticks if you captured stillness and in the first half of a 2-second tick, and you get 23 ticks if you captured it in the second half of the 2-second tick. But the way the game determines when stillness ends is that it basically looks 2 seconds into the future and says, if in 2 seconds into the future time's up, then stop, basically. And it's absolutely cursed. It was very, very annoying to basically test it to figure out what was going on there. Because that's not really how it's supposed to work at all, but that is how it works. And it was very frustrating. But that was only frustrating because of how I had to test it. You gotta bear in mind, guys, every time I wanted to test stillness and see what was going on, I would have to reset a custom arena and then wait 3 minutes. So, yeah, you can kind of see, why that might be a little annoying, to do. What's your dinner today? I mean, I had beans. I had beans on toast, dude, before the stream. That's reality. That's my reality here. It's always beans. It's beans all the way down. It's beans for all eternity. It's infinite beans. Right, are you all over PB and Guild Wars 2? Correct, yeah. My own little custom implementation. It wasn't actually just me, though. It was a pretty large project. So there was another dev involved who did a lot of the back-end stuff. Or one part of the back-end, at least. What build are you running? This. You can see what it looks like as well. This is what it looks like. Also, a lot of the stuff in PvP really does not work as you would expect. Just trust me on that one. It's, there was a lot of very strange implementation in Guild Wars 2 PvP. The way it works. It took a agonizingly long time to, like, actually get it perfectly simulated in Guild Wars 2. There are actually a couple of bugs in the overlay here as well. Like, if you're paying attention, you can see them. I have mostly fixed those now, though, actually, because I know why they happen. But yeah, there's some strange behavior that happens here. But yeah, the goal here was to try and express to the player who's winning a lot more. And also, like, the map state a little bit more clear than how it is in the regular overlay. That was pretty much the goal. And yeah, like, I mean, yeah, the big thing is that what I really wanted to do was, like, to have this kind of, like, win-ometer here. So it kind of expresses, like, who's winning. Because the thing is about this, actually, is that, the point score in Guild Wars 2 doesn't always necessarily reflect who's winning, right? So I wanted to try to create some kind of... There's basically, like, a little bit of a funky algorithm here. It's actually not just based on how many caps you have. There's like some number crunching that's going on in the background that is figuring out, like, how winning the winning factor is, more or less. Is it pure reverse engineering, or does it provide some kind of API? No, there's no API. This is all voodoo. And it uses the overlay itself. This is just a web page, right? It's like this is just, you know, an HTML page with some JavaScript on it. And yeah, there was another dev. It was designed by a dev called Chocolapic as a front-end engineer. The back end was done by me and another developer as well. Although, I did, like, the implementation of the front end, right? So, like, the JavaScript was by me. A lot of the C# was by me. And there is also some other languages being used. Yeah. Has it read the kill feed, map buffs, etc.? It's very clever. That's all I can say. There are ways. There's always a way. Like I said, there are a couple of bugs, though. But they're mostly fixed. The one for Motor 3 is better. Motor.dll, exactly. Way.dll. DLL.dll. Incredible. ArenaNet authorized it? Well, I mean, look. ArenaNet love this stuff. They love gaming. I'm not going to get into the details on how it works. That's maybe a tale for another time. But it does work. But no, it obviously doesn't violate the TOS. We are a TOS-friendly streamer. Excellent gliding in the FA3 jet where the camera follows the sweep of Can. Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's good content, guys. Like, that's high tier. What languages? You proficient? I'm just curious. C#, JavaScript, and PHP. And Python. That's the fucking repertoire right there, my friends. Obviously, a couple of different flavors of JavaScript as well. You guys know how it is. I'm a React streamer. Also a, you know, React dev enjoyer. Thoughts on deploying on Fridays and not answering a page of that. I mean, that's just correct. Like, look, That's why every MMO should only do patches on Friday. Every time. Not my fucking problem. Log out. I'm dead. It's over. I'm deceased. I'm vanquished. Actually being rezzed. I'm alive. Ow. We gotta get out. I guess she dead. Bro. I felt there's so much blind spam these days in Guild Wars 2. It does not feel good. I'm not sure what's up with that. There's like giga blind all the time. Especially in PvP. I think that's kind of like a Willbender thing. Because a Willbender's a lot of blind. NG too. Oh, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. It's very kind of you. Powering the stream. Paying for my beans on toast. Very good. Excellent choice. Ah, the ERP3 trailer. That was good, man. ERP3? Man, ERP3... Wait, how long ago was ERP3? 2019. Yeah, we have to make a better trailer than this for the last raid tournament. That's going to be rather difficult. Thanks the Prime, by the way. 6 subs. Very good. I love it. Everyone looks good for the test I'm running over the weekend. Just an hour before the end of the Friday. That was most important change needs to be pushed the minute before the end of the day with no notice to anyone. Yes. That's good. I like that. Yeah. Snowify? I mean, dude, look. This was fucking good content. You know, it's funny. Look. This was... ERP3 was when I had enough of the bullshit. Like, all the guilds were complaining about CM. So I said, no, you're not playing on fucking easy mode, okay? Play the actual difficulty. Noob trash. Look at that. Beautiful. It's funny we caught it Judgment Day, isn't it? That's it. That's good. Judgment Day. ERP3 credits? Should be in the playlist. Dude, this is a huge video. If you don't watch this video, are you a real Guild Wars 2 player? Wow. Strike tournament when? I'm actually thinking of ways I can incorporate legendary challenge modes into the last raid tournament. I'm probably going to make people do them. I have to figure out how to make that fun, though. Ah, yes. ERP3 credits. Trophy Master. You know, this guy made it into the credits, but maybe he shouldn't have done. Okay, he said he was going to hook us up with trophies, and then he ghosted. Okay, he fucking ghosted me and then didn't do it. Like... Oh, man. Huge. Very good. Ah, yeah, also, Salafrag. With the insane Chak egg sack right at the end. How to make beans on toast? I mean, it's really not that difficult. You just make toast, and you have beans. You know, it's going to be baked beans. Then they are a little bit different in the US compared to the UK. But you know, you just put the beans on the toast. Whatever kind of butter or spread that you prefer. And then boom, beans. Oh look, if you don't go for beans on toast, yeah, I know, you're a cringe. Lovely. There you go, guys. Oh yeah, sourdough bread, definitely a good choice. You can opt in for that. Some people have cheese. Not everyone does, though. Not everyone goes for that. Go for some cheese if you like. A little bit of cheese. Bit of cheddar, obviously. When the beans fall off? Well, you eat it with a knife and fork. That looks so good. See, there you go. See? Everyone's buying in. Everyone's buying into it, guys. I told you. This is actually... The Brits are right on this. Beans on toast. It's high tier. The chat loves it. I've tried it twice. Both times it's not been good. Dude, you like Battlefield and Todd Elden Ring... You fucking Elden Slop, okay? That's what you enjoy. So your opinion is worthless. Jester's opinion is, like, beyond worthless. Like, AI slop is better than the games Todd makes. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, it would be better to like AI slop. Beans on toast or jacket potato? I mean, yeah, that's another option. You can absolutely do that. Yeah, you can have beans with your jacket potato. Absolutely. 3,000 Mystic Coins, value 4,000. Yeah, things are a fair bit cheaper back then, except for infusions.
Brown food.
Yeah.
Brown drink.
Yeah. This is British food, dude. Yeah. Yeah. It's very accurate, guys. Yeah. Brown food, brown drink. It's accurate. It is.
What? All good there. Oh, yeah.
James May and Jeremy Clarkson. They are the quintessential Brits. 100%. Ah, yes. Scotch eggs. Do Americans have Scotch eggs? I feel like the answer is probably yes. I think Scotch eggs are somewhat widespread, I think. What do you mean a fork? What is it? It's toast. Beans on toast. Eat with a knife and fork. I guess you don't necessarily have to. But, I mean, I definitely would. Yeah. Has negative flavor. You add salt, it still tastes of nothing. Wow. It's a bit fucking harsh. Feed beans to cattle. Dude, what's wrong with beans? What's all this hate on beans? Yeah. James, is a new TV show? Oh, really?
Join me on a voyage of discovery.
Nobody panic yet.
To find out if our great explorers really were that great, or just a bunch of chances.
It's a miracle he found anything at all, really.
Great Explorers with me, James May, on Channel 5 and...
James May's living the dream. He just basically does a bunch of shit that he finds to be personally interesting. That's very high tier. Fish rooster. The fuck is this? A traditional Finnish dish. Made from fish. Baked inside a loaf of bread. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's pretty interesting. That's almost like... Well, I mean, yeah, that's very different to... I guess the closest thing... Here in England, we love a fish pie. But that's not really the same thing. Although fish pie is typically like fish with potato. Which is not really the same, but maybe a little bit. Pie and mash. Yeah, and that's a UK classic right there. Where Brits put beans and tuna on spuds? Oh, yeah, yeah. Like you mean like a baked potato with beans and tuna? Yeah, people do like that. I'm not really a fish enjoyer myself. Never really liked fish that much. Wrapped in like old newspaper. I mean, yeah, that's a British tradition right there for sure. Big. Let us kill the Lord. The Lord will be DPS'd. Cornish pasty? Yeah, Cornish pasty is really nice. And what's not to like about it? It's just, you know, it's pastry and it's got good stuff in it. It's going to be good. I think it's over. It's over. I was hoping to go for that kill and rally myself. But that was not the reality of the situation. We're renaming the Gulf of Finland to the Gulf of Estonia. Interesting. Are gentlemen's clubs in the UK full nude or topless? I have no idea. I haven't really been to one. So I can't tell you. I'm not sure. What are they even doing? I don't even know what that is. I think a gentleman's club means something a little bit different in the UK. I think that's just for, like, posh people. I think it's not really, like a strip club scenario. I think it's more of just, it's where, like, rich people hang out. So I think it's slightly different. This soldier's DH tag is not it? Well, I mean, look, you know, he's gaming. Metroid. Shows in the UK full Neo Tobos. I actually have no idea. Why, and also, why would I know that? Why would I know that, Nike? How would I know that? If I haven't been. As many of you are well aware, I am not a Guna or a Kuma. Wait, your food message got moderated? Wait, what did you say? What? Do you know the Irish were the first Western to get to the Americas? Holy shit, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Wait, wait, what's going on here? What did you say, Andy Bull? I'm getting a little suspicious now. What's going on here? According to Google, the clubs are topless during stage pole dance, but full nude for private dances. Well, I mean, there you go then. Question answered. Now we know. Little factoid. It's over. Jester will be excited to learn about that. Well, and that's why Jess is coming to the UK. He's visiting, and that's his reason. Jester already knew that? Yeah. He probably did, actually. I used to be a respected member of the community here. Well, I think the Sylvanas arc was like, the end. Like, the Sylvanas shit was the end for you. Like, acting sus. Like, and you act sus all the time, right? Like, you permanently act sus for, like, all the time. Yeah, honestly, it kind of was the lizard. Like, the lizard was the beginning of the end, wasn't it? Because Jester got caught with the lizard. I think that kind of ended it. But I mean, I think you are definitely a respected community member, though. Yeah. Oh, I see, yes. That word. It's very interesting because, yeah. It's a bit of a weird meme, but yeah, that word in the UK, obviously, well, yeah, it has more than one meaning. In fact, in a lot of like takeaways, like fish and chip shops, they will actually list that on the menu using that word, which obviously we're not going to repeat on stream. But yeah, that's a slight like weird UK-ism. Same thing with like, it's also, well, the shortened version of that is also a synonym for cigarette and is like, it is socially acceptable to say that in the UK. So I guess it's a little bit of a culture shock if you're not from the UK. Yeah, but yeah, this word, it also means like meatball in the UK. Yeah, the bundle of sticks word. But yeah, it actually still sees non-derogatory usage. Or yeah, like it's not, you know, it's used as not as a slur in the UK as well, for food. Yeah, I think the longer version of the word, that's pretty uncommon. Although again, like seriously, like the local the fish and chip shop that's nearest to me does offer that. It does use that word for one of its products. So yeah, and I see it a lot, right? It's like I mean the UK is different in this regard. You know, we're just gaming. It is what it is. Wait, what do we got here? Got a VOD? Wait, how do you have this? Wait, what is this? What VOD is this?
Because I didn't buffer.
I think that's kind of I think that's fine for me though, because I want to you know, I want to. Wait, what is this VOD? Okay. Oh yeah, this is free. That's done, and then yeah, Murga ICC. Huge. And yeah, we can just keep beating our ass. It's time for auto attack. Finally a good game, dude. This game is so good. If you haven't played Divinity, you're actually trolling. This game is so good. Yeah. Oh, this is the Lizard VOD? Ah, yes. Clap your hands. Yeah. The combat in this game is just so much better than Baldur's Gate 3. I was really hyped for Baldur's Gate 3, but the D&D shit is not it, man. Yeah. Ah, here we go. Let's see what Jester goes with.
I'm so glad you came.
Oh no, we have to leave.
She turns her back.
Ah.
Oh my god.
We can't get him. We can't get him. Jester, what is this, dude?
No.
We have to leave. Do you want to explain this,
Maybe we
dude?
should have done the elves. Maybe they would have.
You want to explain this, Jester?
Wait,
okay, hang on. It's fine. We'll just.
Wait, vandalism has been a problem lately. Have you been making a mess around here? Wait, what?
I was just say no or something. I don't know.
Deny any knowledge.
I guess I'll wait till you
Wait, quick. Yeah, get in this dialogue, Plenix. You're missing out.
Okay, yeah.
But you also have to do the thing too, but.
Oh. Dude, what is this? I didn't mean anything, but I'm the demure yet sexy maid.
I'm so sorry, madam. I shall remove
This is all fucking unhinged.
Wait, Jester, are you doing some kind of like weird domination thing with this lizard? What the hell is going on?
Didn't she say like you know, like bad or something?
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry, man. I didn't
me.
mean anything bad.
Yeah.
I'm just the demure sexy maid. I wasn't here cleaning up and I saw these clothes. I couldn't resist. Please don't punish me.
I mean,
wait, you just called her. Wait, you caught on and you told her she's been a very bad girl. Oh my god. Yeah, he did do that, by the way. He did do that. Okay, you're gonna leave it. Okay, that's fair enough. Jester has got a bit of riz, man. He does have a bit of riz. I guess you. He rizzed up this lizard. Embrace it. Then you have to do too.
These clasps and straps,
oh god.
they're so difficult to make.
Dude, this game. Oh. This is an actual S tier game. Since when do lizards have eyelashes? Okay. Get in there. Let's see what he goes for. You got to play into
the robe to her, turns to face you. A mischievous smile plays across her lips. Her mouth opens to form a perfect O.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Tell her she dropped something. Dude, this shit is so... This is the best game ever made.
No.
Takes you by one manicured hand. With the other, she strokes your cheek.
Ooh.
Traces a line down your neck to your collarbone and your clothes. Slowly, she then takes you to bed.
Ooh.
The world explodes in ecstasy.
Jester, goodness me. Yeah, there we go. Now it's actually happening now as well. Look at that. Yeah.
Show this on
Just
stream.
there.
What the fuck?
Jester, that is your character. That is... Okay, I don't know if this... Okay, look. Am I wrong here? I feel like when a game tries to show you something like that, that's obviously kind of complex to animate, but it looks scuffed, it makes it so much better. Like, I love it when it's a bit scuffed like that. It just makes it so much funnier to me. It's you. Oh, wait, hang on a minute.
Can we have a
we're-
bedtime conversation?
Jester, you're about to get mugged, by the way. You're actually getting robbed right now. In fact, you definitely are. Yeah. Two dwarves.
Oh,
And by the way, guys, what happens here is that the lizard robs you. Like, it's basically a part of an operation where she lures people in, and then you lose everything. You get looted. And there you go. That's
Skill
it.
thumbs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love has a
Love has a
price.
price.
The two dwarves looted Jester, and now he has nothing.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah, this actually is our classic WoW roleplay. Holy shit. Yeah. And now he's got nothing. Wait, we need to get up there and maybe help him? Can we do
You
that?
can check
Oh,
the
no,
combo if he's talking.
okay. Yeah. Would you guys say it was worth it or what?
Darling, it's a setup. You paid for a trip to paradise.
Mm.
Now you're paying for the return journey.
There you go.
Taking all your stuff. If you want it back, you can take it up with low harm.
Mm.
All of your stuff. Yeah.
All of it, Jester. Just bear that in mind.
The
All of
clothes
it.
on you,
It's
everything.
gone. Yeah, Yeah. they're gone.
Oh,
He has nothing.
All of
Reckon
it.
that's for you to figure out.
Appeal to your lizard.
Let's try it. Let's see what it
She
says.
gives you a pity pout.
I'm sorry, darling.
And time is money.
Oh,
If we're all
man.
clear on what's happening here, we'll be leaving with your stuff.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
this
there you
is
go.
the lizard they were talking about, by the way, as well.
Oh,
Combat.
Oh no, she's dead.
Dude, I like how Jester died
Can't
instantly,
get
by
out.
the way. They insta-killed him. Like,
we need to somehow get in there.
Oh no, he
Wait,
didn't
Jester,
die
you
actually.
have the
Oh no,
key. I
he's
think you have
nearly
the
dead
key,
though.
right?
It's not looking good. He has like 20 health.
So I think you can let us in.
He's
You
on
come
fire.
down.
Yeah, can you give it to us?
Oh, that's true actually. Yeah, can you transfer the item?
Able to get away.
We obviously save him though.
That's the best
Yeah.
I can do, though.
Man, I actually, I might have to play this game
I
again.
see it now. Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
look,
yeah.
dude, look at the music as well. Epic.
Jester, I think I can get you your items back. Oh,
The Queen's High Seas.
I gave you clear, so
I'm the
you
Beast.
guys-
Look, it's me, guys. It's me.
I mean,
The
can
Beast.
you also
Mistaken.
wings? Because you don't have wings yet. right?
Well, yeah, hang on. I think I can walk into LOS if I go here.
Who got sexed?
Boom.
Okay, Jester. I'm actually gonna teleport the backpack to you. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Boom.
Don't put it on me, because it might kill me.
This guy. Oh, did I nearly kill it? Oh no! I didn't remember that. I killed Jester by dropping the backpack on him too close to him, and he died to it. Well, I think the burning and the acid is gonna kill him now.
Yeah.
What game is it? I mean, this game is a flat 10 out of 10 must play. It's Divinity Original Sin 2 is what it is.
I mean,
This is one of the.
He can't hear you.
This is one of the very few games that I would say is an absolute 10 out of 10. Yeah. Wait, there's a new build. Yes. Epic. Cooming has a price. It does indeed, yes. What did they do? Did they, I guess it's just a bug fix. When Lyra releases Divinity Original Sin 3, I can die. I mean, like, if they do Divinity Original Sin 3 next, that's actually insane.
That's next level. They need to do it. They've got to drop it. It's time. NPCs to attack utility stations. That's actually pretty funny. Their own IP and project. Interesting. Dagda in Baldur's Gate 3? I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the way. That is a funny bug, yeah. I think something like that happened before, though. So I think it's, yeah, I think I seem to recall something similar happened. You could make, like, even bosses attack stuff. Do you need it co-op for it to be 10 out of 10? For me, I think so, yeah. Like, I'm not... I like multiplayer games, right? Like, what, you know, for example, would I enjoy a game like Elden Ring? Well, funnily enough, I think those games actually might annoy me a little bit because of the RPG element, weirdly enough. So, for example, like a game that I actually rather liked that is kind of similar to Souls games is Fury. But one of the reasons why I actually really liked Fury was because it doesn't have any RPG elements. This is what the game looks like. And yeah, it's obviously very different. It's a very different combat system compared to the Souls games, but it's the same general idea, right? Like, you fight bosses and it's a hard game. It's supposed to be a hard game. But what I like about it is just bosses. There's no bullshit. There's no RPG. There's no grinding. There's no leveling. There's no items, right, or anything like that. You just play the game. Which is like... So would I enjoy Elden Ring? Honestly, I think I'd really enjoy Elden Ring if it was like a full multiplayer game. I know it is like optionally a co-op game, but I feel like that's not really the intended way to play, if that makes any sense, right? Like, I don't think it's the same if you play it co-op. Whereas like something like Divinity, it is absolutely intended to be played. Like, co-op is like very much something that's intentional, like with how it's designed. But yeah, in general, I don't enjoy single player games as much as multiplayer games. That's like, I've always had that preference. I like multiplayer games, either co-op or PvP are really good. But I don't hate single player games. For example, I really like the Deus Ex games. Some of you guys might have known that's actually a shooter game. It's one of the very few shooters that I've ever played, actually. That game's really fun. I think, you know, I like the original Deus Ex, and Invisible was obviously dog shit, but Human Revolution, I think, was actually pretty damn good. I actually rather enjoyed that game. But, yeah. I haven't played Monster Hunter, no. Snowcrow's Nico actually bought the game for me, so I have, like, a version of it on Steam, but I haven't played it. But, yeah, I like co-op or PvP games. This game is really good, by the way. If you haven't played Fury, if you like hard games, you will like Fury. This game is very good. And the music is very good. It's like a banging soundtrack, actually. But yeah, it's all about, like, you know, movement, reacting, and kind of parrying and so on, right? Like, it's like a swordplay game, kind of. But you also have a gun. Yeah. Huge. Current state of Guild Wars, take a break for about 6 months, less people playing. I think that's, in a lot of areas of the game, that's probably true, yeah. Well, although, I would say it's not that less people are playing, I would say that the amount of hours people are putting in is lower, right? I'm not sure I could make the same, there's less people in total playing the game actively, but I definitely think that people are playing less, if that makes any sense, right? Because, yeah, the Guild Wars 2 is kind of in, it's in, like, relaxation mode. Like, whatever way, however you want to put it, that's where we're at, right? Like, Guild Wars 2 is no longer in, like, full maximum energy hype mode, right? Like, we're in just, like, sustain mode. The game's just going to continue. Sekiro, yeah, that's actually probably the only Souls game it would be the first Souls game I'd want to try, actually, for sure, would be Sekiro, for sure, yeah. I watched Doroya play it and Rocker play it. Actually looked pretty cool. And I watched Jester play it as well, although Jester nearly mentally broke to it, I believe. Yup. He nearly mentally broke to Sekiro. Had to Giga hack it? Wait, why did you have to hack it? Wait, was it about frame rate? Was it like some frame... I seem to recall, wasn't it a performance thing you hacked it for, though? Not gameplay?
Because this is that is like the really interesting thing actually about all of the Souls games is that they're basically all ports, aren't they? They're like all designed with console first, and that means they're kind of ass on PC to an extent anyway. Yeah. 21:9 and 100 Airport, I locked it to 60 in camera. FOV was way too narrow. Interesting, actually. What is this game called? The game we're watching right now is called Fury. It's a really good game. I'd highly recommend it. It's made by French people, I believe. What you're watching, this is actually kind of interesting. Like, what you're watching is, like, a bonus boss they added. This is not, like, in lore or anything like that, but basically, Fury had some DLC, and they added a couple of bosses that actually were originals and were kind of built into the story or the lore of the world, as it were. But this is basically, like, the extra boss. They just said, you know what? You guys can have an extra boss, and it's going to be really hard. And yeah, this is Bernard, right? It's difficult. But obviously, you know, like, no, it's not the full immersive experience. Like, you're fighting him in a gray circle, and he's made out of gray blocks. So, like, this is just here to be difficult. FOV is my main problem with Souls games and frame cap. Yeah, I mean, that's like that comes with the territory of like console ports, though. Unfortunately, isn't it? Really, like obviously when you design with a console, that kind of it imposes some limitations on the game that then make it scuffed. Although I feel like I'm not sure if there's an excuse for this anymore. Like, we're living in the world where cross-platform development is like more streamlined than it's ever been. Like, I don't think we should be giving developers that much of an excuse anymore. I think there is some argument to be made with like Souls games, because I think is their engine proprietary? I think it is, right? Because like all their games look the same, so I feel like they've got their own cook. So maybe that particular engine is just no good for cross-platform. But a lot of more modern game engines, like I feel like there's basically no excuse. I'm not gonna lie. I guess like no excuse for like having shitty PC ports at this point. Sony that says no to cross-platform. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind it if it was like it was delayed. Like for example, I think Red Dead 2, right? Or like the Red Dead series, the port comes a lot later. That's not really a problem to me. If they want to have their exclusive on console for a while, that's absolutely fine, as long as the PC port is good. And as I understand it, the port for Red Dead was not great. And I think that's absolutely fine. Like, same with, you know, same with like GTA or whatever. Like, delaying it is not an issue, as long as the port is actually good. And it works. Yeah, obviously it sucks, but I do understand that is how this industry works to an extent, right? Like, consoles need exclusives so that those consoles can actually, you know, exist, basically. And, you know, as a result of that, like, the funding for a lot of these games companies is reliant, like, indirectly on consoles. You could argue that is, like, an unhealthy state of affairs, and I think I'd be kind of inclined to agree with you, but like that's the way it is. Like, PC gaming is fucking better. What can I say? Yeah. Yes. Rockstar knows that you'll swipe for GTA 6, and I did like the trailer for GTA 6. I think their choice of music was really good. Souls games are single player and the multiplayer is exactly, yeah. So it's like, if I was going to play a Souls game, like, even though I like multiplayer, I'd probably play it single player, right? Because that's kind of like the intended way to experience it, right? Like, you know, I don't really want to play a game multiplayer that kind of isn't intended to be that way, because that kind of dilutes the experience a little bit. Whoa, this guy got hit 0 times. This guy's fucking based on Furia difficulty. Holy shit! This guy's insane! He's done it on all the bosses too. What a game, man. Like, here's the other DLC boss. This game has a very interesting aesthetic as well. What does it sound like? Yeah. Yeah, this guy's got the effects cranked up and the music kind of low, so you can't really hear it, but the music's really good in this game. Yeah. When is Beautiful Wife any % run? Jester, look, this is... Okay, how the fuck can you accuse us... Okay, bro. You self-report daily And you're asking us, like, oh, how did this happen, dude? Oh, how did it happen? Oh, everyone always says that I'm self-reporting. When you self-report every day. Yeah. Heard of the game before you showed it? Yeah, now you're obsessed with it. Now you love it. Wait, and Nixia had to get pulled in Peyo's raid? I mean, wait, how cooked are they? I mean, it's probably fine. There's no way they die to a Nixia. They're not gonna fucking break to a Nixia. Right? They're juiced. Oh, I should go and leech a Nixia, shouldn't I? Because they're probably gonna pop an Nixia. Heavy mages can mean a bad P3. Yeah, because like a bunch of people could have threat potentially. Oh, let me actually update my add-ons. Bro, dude, there's like some... We've got some content here, haven't we, guys? Wait. Female human idol. Restore the old deleted female human fidget animation. Kuma. This is actually a fucking Kuma add-on. Looking. This is actually, I don't know why, guys. This is bugged. I don't know why this is bugged, man. But I do not use fastload.dll. I do not use this. Yeah. Fast load. Also, why the fuck is it not called fastload.dll? Like, people have got no sense of style. Like, all of these should just be called bosshealth.dll, bosses.dll, combattimer.dll. It's wacky that they aren't. I don't know why people aren't doing this. Doot plant body type 2/stretch. Indeed. Alright, also, guys, the stream is over. Short stream today. I'm, proper stream tomorrow. We've got WoW Retail Reclear. It's hype. It's gonna be good. And also, content. Oh, we've also got to get world buffs in Classic. And maybe actually play Necro and World Buffs as well, because it doesn't exist. And we got to play, like, the Lifesteal Heal Scourge bullshit. Alright, okay. Oh, and I've got to build my Destin. I might end up cooking that on stream. Maybe we'll do, like, a stream where I create the ultimate gamer warlord space. It's gonna be good, right? No. Sunday is OnlyFangs raid. Sunday is OnlyFangs raid. I'm probably gonna leech the Onyxia buff from Peyo's raid here. And hopefully they drop a rend as well. And then I'll get fucking DMT at some point as well. We'll get DMT tomorrow. Maybe I'll just do a Dire More North and get DMT